to the channel. So I know it's been a minute since the last time I posted a live. Anyways, and nevertheless, I want to get straight to the point and dive deeper into this T app. And for some of you who may not know about this T app, it's mainly a dating app, an online based dating app. Whereas women could be able to get the tea, the latest tea or the past tea on a guy who they may happen to see as a potential dating match or partner. However, before they were to make a final decision on who they may happen to find compatible on the app, they may happen to read until more details on a guy. For one, they go by how many green flags the guy may usually have versus red flags. And might I add, and judging from all the footage that I have seen on behalf of how the algorithm goes pertaining to the app, it's mostly black singles who are always on the app. Now, after seeing some of the reels or some of the posts on TikTok about various women using this app, it never fails. Most of the guys may seem to have more red flags, so to speak, than green flags. Now, whereas if they may happen to have more red flags over green flags, that'll mean usually that they are not really compatible when whichever female is usually checking their profiles, their dating profiles. However, I have noticed how most women who happen to spot the most guys on there, mostly black guys, happen to have more women who may show more interest in them. Any guy who may happen to have to put it another way, a whole lot of negative feedback about himself, whether it may be on behalf of having a sexually transmitted infection, if not having a whole lot of things, a whole lot of an extensive criminal record, those types of things. And not only that, but these women who usually use this app to find compatible dating matches usually go by comments of women who usually may know the guys personally. For instance, it may be a woman who may happen to know one of the guys and may happen to be one of the guy's child's mothers or baby mothers, as we say in our community. And thanks for tuning in. For all you 15 that I see have tuned in, taking the time out to tune in to my live. Anyways, after doing my research on this app and looking at, I'm glad you're talking about this. More people need to know. Okay, thanks for joining. Red Raccoon Kid and Shadow Walker 13. Anyways, whether you know it or not, and this is on behalf of my black women who are so into this app, so deep into this app, you're exposing yourself, black women, more and more by painting a narrative of how you like guys who are toxic, guys who are usually criminals, guys who are usually hoodlums, on behalf of all you black women who may get offended whenever women of other races may look at you in a negative light. Well, whether you know it or not, whoever created this app, which I'm assuming who is possibly a woman, don't quote me on it though. If it is a woman, you just made this app to make black women look more and more horrible, to be painted that much more or portrayed that much more in a negative light, because it never fails. After looking at the TikTok posts that I have seen on behalf of women actually showing how you use this app, the majority of them I always seem to pick the most guys with the most red flags. And it's a well-known fact, a very well-known fact, that so many black women want them a hood dude. So many black women will prefer using a hood dude over a guy who means them some good. A guy usually, to put it another way, who may make a compatible marriage partner. A guy who may usually make an excellent husband or father. These are the types of guys that so many modern day black women, like I've said in other videos, especially within the 20 to 30 something age bracket, even the 40 something year old age bracket, overlook. These are the same types of guys who so many black women look at as cornballs or as nerds, as not exciting, as opposed to the average Ray Ray and Pookie. And after doing my research on this app, once again, it's called the T app. This this app is, I hate whoever invented this app, because I hate they had to come out because it just portrays us more and more in a negative light on behalf of seeing all the brothers on the app. Most of the brothers seem to be the toxic guys, the main ones who may have a whole lot of tattoos, or the ones in some cases who may have extensive criminal records, the main ones who like to go from woman to woman, portraying that narrative of how most black women, most black men are womanizers, just like how we're portrayed in the movies. A lot of these guys, after doing my research, are the main ones who carry a whole lot of STIs/STDs, short for sexually transmitted diseases/sexually transmitted infections. Not only that, but these guys also are usually known to have multiple kids by multiple women. These same types of guys are usually extremely dangerous. And on behalf of this app being designed supposedly to protect the safety of most women, why is it black women, that on behalf of how this same dating app was created to protect your safety, well, you choose some of the most dangerous, some of the most unpredictable, some of the most toxic guys over and over on the app. The same types of guys who like to complain about black women, though, and the main guys that you may see with the most red flags over green flags, you seem to still choose. Make that make sense. Once again, this same dating app, the T app, so to speak, was supposed to have been created to protect your safety, and mainly, might as well say, it's trying to say in so many words that most males, when it comes to the dating scene, are extremely dangerous, are sexual predators. When it's also a well-known fact, black women, that there are so many of you who are just as dangerous, just as toxic when it comes to the dating scenes. Because how many guys could relate to this? How many of my black brothers could relate to this? You have dated women in the past, and after breaking up with her, she may have happened to be extremely toxic, may have happened to stalk you, may have happened to either vandalize your property, your house, or your car, after clearly stated that you didn't want anything to do with her, after dealing with a black woman, that is. I'm just giving a perfect example of how a lot of you women are just as toxic, just as unpredictable, just as much as a threat when it comes to the other sex as it is us. Although this app is clearly meant to paint the narrative of how us guys, especially or specifically us black brothers, are some of the most dangerous, toxic groups of men out there. For some of y'all who may not know about this app, Peep it out when you get a chance. Some of you women, because it's mainly designed for women. If you may try to log in or sign up as a man, well, best of luck to you, because it's once again specifically designed for females, black females. Anyways, I'm going to end this here live. And once again, I appreciate everyone who took out their precious time to join me for another live. And like I always, before I end the live, make sure to like, share, comment, last but not least, is subscribe to the channel. Until next time, excuse me if I have been stumbling across my words, because it's been a minute since the last time I posted a live. Anyways, until next time, you guys have a good one. And once again, subscribe to the channel as well. Goodbye.